Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone who's on this amazing call today. Today we have a very special call planned for you, and you won't believe who is in attendance. It's my pleasure to introduce, our very special speaker this evening. This gentleman has been part of the network marketing profession since he was a young lad in his young 20s. That means for the past 26 years, he's been a network marketing professional, over 26 years, with 16 of those years as a builder, where he successfully built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses with over 100,000 members and distributors as part of his organization. He was recently inducted into the Network Marketing Hall of Fame. This gentleman is known as the Forensic Networker, one of the top MLM trainers, top compensation plan experts. He's none other than our own CEO and visionary, and none other than Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou, and it's really my pleasure to introduce him tonight as our speaker. Mr. Mesgarlou, are you with us today?
Good evening, Brian. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear, Mr. Mesgarlou. The call is yours, sir.
Wow. Terrific. Thank you so much. I've done these calls for like 27 years now, and every time I do a call, I get jazzed up, revved up, because I think the reason for that is I want to be able to reach. Every time I do a call, I do a seminar or forensic or something like that, for me, it's all about who's that next person that we can reach in and we can change their lives. This is why I get excited at tours, because I look at the whole bunch of guests, and I'm thinking, from all these guests, some will get in someone, but who is it the one that's going to get into this company, and we're going to help them, work with them, and transform them into a much better version of themselves, and to be able to achieve things they would never achieve without us. So that's why I get so revved up doing this calls with GWT for 11 years since I launched it, and of course 27 years altogether. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever, GWT family. We are the most international company in the world, so some time zones, we must be dealing with 8 or 10 different time zones every time we do a call. And I know every time we do a call, although it's easy for North America, it's between 6 and 9 o'clock. I know that people on this call right now, that's 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, or 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Congratulations for being on this call. Congratulations, right, for being on the host of the month. All in all, we want to chat with a couple of things. Moving forward, you're going to see a transition on the way we do things. We got some incredible systems coming your way. Because first decade, we spent an entire 10, 11 years to build the infrastructure, which is the right products, the compensation, tweaking the comp plan to where it needs to be, and we're still doing that. We are the software development, the website, the system, the retail customer. Moving forward, there's a whole bunch of things that are going to take place, and everything's around getting more customers. It's called the customer acquisition, because when you do that, the retail customers, everybody makes money, and most people are very comfortable with presenting a product than the business side itself. We want to start focusing on that. You see, we've been known, and in fact, businessforum.org in 2010, when they actually rated companies, they only did that 1 year. They rated GWT as the #1 company in the world. They explained it was because of the strongest comp plan, strongest product line, strongest corporate team. But we are so, because our compensation plan can take you to the beach so quickly, people don't focus on the crown jewel of our business, which is retail profits. We're the only company that I believe has real viable retail profit, retail opportunity, because the products are visual and they are very unique, and of course the profits up to 67%. But because it's kind of overshadowed, I know some of you guys are doing it, it's been overshadowed because people love our products so much, they use it anyways. Who can have enough shoes or watches or bags or whatever? I mean, it'll take you an entire year, your entire lifetime, and you still won't be able to accumulate enough IA credits in order to buy everything that you want. And that's just you. We haven't talked about buying for your family. We haven't talked about gifting occasions. I know in Canada there's like 22 gifting occasions. Just the main ones alone, the birthdays and anniversaries and Mother's Days and Christmas, those things We couldn't possibly accumulate enough IA points, credits. So this is why I guess a lot of people are not focusing on retail, because we got a strong comp plan, and then of course the products that they get, they don't need to retail it because they need it anyways. Well, we're going to change all of that because we're missing this massive opportunity to put quick cash in your pocket. So again, part of that, where we're heading in decade number 2, of course, from technology point of view, we're going to go to video and mobile. We're going, and again, everything's around customer acquisition. And I don't care if you make $50,000 a month or you make $500 a month. Everybody is going to be focused on that because you get the products out there, you start that culture, everybody's going to make some quick cash, and that's the strength of your business. All right, tonight there's so much to talk about, but tonight I'm going to talk about a couple of questions that have been coming up to our head office about the compensation plan. We're going to cover some of those. We're going to also cover the direction where the compensation plan is going. So these calls are going to be, we're going to have a series of these calls as we release some great stuff that we are introducing over the next year. And some of them would be that you have heard about at a convention. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. So very first thing, again, we talk about a compensation plan, discussions, and directions. One of the things we're going to start to implement as well is that we have, it took us 11 years to do that. Every company starts out from year number 1, is our compliance. We've decided to, I guess we didn't need it the first 10 years or 11 years, which is kind of rare. Every other company has it, and they have a watchdog watching, making sure no one's abusing the compensation plan or holding up their responsibilities with their team. And the reason why companies do that is, of course, to protect themselves as well as to mandate a government law, called a supervisory role. But again, we haven't done that, but we're starting in our decade number 2. We're doing that because we have a concept in GWT called no member left behind. And we want to make sure that if you are a GWT email operator, that your upline is going to be there for you. Your uplines will be there for you. And we're going to start making sure, again, we don't have a huge problem in GWT like other companies, but we want to make sure if you happen to be in the binary system, if you happen to be somewhere where you're not getting the proper support that you should, that you have a platform that you can go to. All right, then one of the first things we want to talk about is the updated personal milestone for commissions. Now, this is something that initially when we launched in 2005, this was actually part of the tour, part of the presentation. First thing you saw when you came to a tour, and somehow along the way it got missed. I'm going to put it back in the tour again because a tremendous opportunity and great news for that brand new person. So what this is that we want to make sure we separate the people who are really part-time or people who are hoping to be lucky than people who really work in the business. And this has always been part of our plan. Initially was part of the tour, then it kind of got removed by our people, our leadership. It was always part of a compensation plan and policies and procedures. Well, I find that new people don't see it. So I want to put it back right in the tour. And it's, and the way it's presented is tremendous because imagine you're seeing a brand new person, right? You're sitting, you got a guest at the next tour, and it clearly shows you, if you come in, if you just brought in 2 people, just 2 people, and you were lucky and these people will kind of start to do something with the business, and as long as you're holding up your upline responsibility role, and you're supporting them as much as you can, guess what? You bring 2 people, you can make $26,000 a year. That's just 2 people. You got people who go do, I don't know, 10, 15 in a month. Well, if you just brought 2 people, by the way, these are lifetime. This is not per month like other companies. This is not, per year or per week. This is lifetime. So technically with this, if we can bring 2 people, as long as you support them throughout the way, you can actually make $500 a week, which is $26,000 a year. Now in Canada, an average income is worth $32,000 a year. Of course, you take the taxes away, but you talk about $22,000, $23,000 a year. And how many hours do you work for that? 40 hours a week? For what? 48 weeks, so maybe 50 weeks in the year to make the same money that if you brought 2 people. So brand new person sitting in the room is like, damn, I know two person. So people got in because they know if they bring two people, they can still make money. So this it was a mistake to get it all off the tour. I think it's the greatest thing. Remember, vast majority of people that come to an MLM opportunity, they can't even fathom the thought that they're making big money, right? This stock, they got a job, they're making 20, 30, 40,000, 50,000 a year in some markets. In some markets, they're making 10, 15,000 a year. And all of a sudden, you're showing them, you win two people, as long as they're good people. Hey, guess what? You can make up to $26,000 a year. In some markets, they'll never make that in a full-time job. So this was a tremendous part of the tour. It was taken away because people tend to say, well, I don't know a lot of people. I'm not a big recruiter and all that. And of course, we got people in from the room who have sponsored 100 people, right? And all of us said, well, it's a good business, but I don't know 100 people that can recruit, right? Although they do, they just don't think they do. So this guy tells them, look, you don't have to worry about that. We'll teach you how to do that. But you come in, you can bring in two people, you can still make $26,000. Can you use an extra $26,000 this year? Well, of course I can, right? So they go get two people. If it doesn't work, they get two more people. But the point is this, it tells about brand new person at the tour. You don't need to have 100 people to make some money, because they can't even imagine $500,000 a year, right? All they hear the new person, okay, well, Renee's up there, he sponsors 100 people, and they'll have to bring 100 people so I can make some money. This is the way they're looking at it, right? So now we bring this right down to a level that, look, you can just go out there, sponsor a few people, and start making some money quickly. Like the next level is 8 people. You double that to $52,000 a year. Again, folks, this is lifetime. This is lifetime. So that's the key thing. This is not something they have to do. Now, it should be, because honestly, it should be. And if that was the case, then they're going to make so much more money. But right now, it's just our system is lifetime. So this is the updated version. We got 8,000 a week, 16, 2,000 a week. Look, 16 people lifetime. Lifetime. We got people who've done it in a month. But lifetime, you bring 16 real people in. You support them, you teach them, make sure your job has an upline. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. This business is a complete equalizer. You can come in with knowing nothing about business, nothing about MLM. We have enough information in GWT to teach you the basics you need to know. The key thing is you get as much information as you need and you pass it on. It's what people do a lot of times. They don't get the information, or the ones who do, they don't actually teach it to the people. So they're not satisfying their enroller's responsibility. So we got a whole bunch of people calling the office asking basic questions because the upline didn't even take the time to teach them that, maybe because their upline didn't take time to teach them that. Again, this is where we're moving forward, and the compliance making sure people do what they need to do. So, but again, 16 people. Imagine if you bought like one a month, in about a little bit over a year, being able to make a 6-figure income. 6-figure income. I mean, think about that for a minute. You're gonna spend 40 years in a job. Can you ask yourself a question? Do you even have an opportunity at 104,000 to have a 6-figure income? Let alone, so of course, MLMers say, hey, listen, I don't care if I've got to bring 1,000 make 6-figure income, at least it's an opportunity for me to do that. Certainly a job doesn't allow you to do that. So somebody can say, you know what, this is a 3 to 5 year plan. So over the next 3 to 5 years, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to learn everything I know, and I'm going to pass it on to people I bring in. I'm going to bring 1 or 2 people a month, or eventually I'm going to have 16 or 24 or 32. Maybe 2 or 3 years later, I'll be making $6,000 a week or $300,000 a year. Or maybe next 4 or 5 years, I can bring 40 people and be able to make $416,000 a year or $8,000 a week. Or maybe, I'll keep on doing this. GWT is a lifestyle. We love lifestyle. And maybe I can bring 50 people. We know Maxwell brought 100 and something, and Leo's brought 100 and something, and many of our people close to 100. But maybe I can bring 50 good people. I can support them in this new GWT that we have today. It's much easier than GWT about 10 years ago. I can go make $10,000 a week. Now, it's not like this is a theory, because obviously, we have people who've done this much faster, much quicker than what we have over here. But you know what? It tells somebody that if you have a room full of people and they got, let's say 100 people in there, and let's just say 80% of them, they're looking at this on a very, very part-time basis. They never make big money. And you know what they're looking at? They're not looking at the $520,000 one. They're looking at, 500,000, maybe 2,000, maybe $2,000 a week, at 104,000. I think a brand new person who's doing this part-time, they're not looking anything past that. I mean, you're going to have some people who have MLM experience, who taste that money, and of course, they want to see the bigger numbers. But in most people looking at this in any country, here or overseas, they're looking at first 3 levels. 16, Next day, year, 2 years, I can bring 16 people. Maybe next 3-4 months, I can bring maybe 8 people, and I can replace my full-time income. So this is a tremendous slide that we're going to implement moving forward. And it also eliminates what we're going to talk about next, which is surprising you when your business grows faster than you do. Now, of course, everybody that launches their email, they clearly have to click on the senior policies and procedures. We clearly have a mandate for the uplines to teach you all of this stuff. We do tons of training ourselves, and we do boot camps and everything else. But you know what? We're going to get people sometimes get surprised. Why? Because the business grows faster than they are. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, they run into what's called a cycle overage. So we get to that, or they run into a different situation where they have some people, but they're not on a proper, they don't meet the proper PV requirement to count for part of the incentive. So the 3 things that we want to talk about here, the training on this, is that number 1, for you to qualify, activate your email, you need to sponsor at least launch 1 email on each one of your legs. These emails have to be at least Selenium or higher, so retailers don't count. Remember, retailer was always, in fact, the first 8 or 9 years of this company, we didn't even count them as consultants. We said they were basically the retailer, just selling products, and they had no part in the binary. It was recently we actually put the retailers in the binary. First 8 or 9 years, they couldn't even get residual income. Well, we basically made it, now we've included it, but sometimes people think that it counts for incentive. It doesn't. So when you want to launch your email, if you're brand new, you need to launch 1 email on both teams, right team and the left team. They have to be minimum of Selenium. They got to be renewed, because sometimes people bring their 2, and then one of them doesn't do anything, and they're not renewed, and that takes you off. Now all of a sudden you don't have 2 more emails anymore. Now you have 1. Right? So you want to make sure when we say 2 lifetime or 8 or 16 or 24, 32, that means they're renewed and they're on the proper PV requirement, which we're talking about right now. So Selenium is the bare minimum, which is the $699 package, and they have to be renewed, which is of course a $194, and they have to meet the minimum monthly $75 PV. And of course, the $75 PV now can be done retail sales, personal purchases, or it could be on the monthly IA credits, buying monthly IA credits. There are 3 different ways of doing this. I am absolutely jazzed. I've been talking to our LCG. Last month, we had 183 people, 183 email operators, 183 lecture consultants who last month, their monthly IA didn't go through because it didn't have to. Because these folks bought and sold enough products that it automatically qualified them for commissions. How amazing is that? And this month was even better. Remember, this is a new program, and it's flourishing, and it's happening with people even knowing it's happening. This month, we're already over 206 individuals, email operators, who do not have to, whose credit card will not be charged for IA by the software, because they're already qualified through selling products, retail, or buying products. How tremendous is that? So what that did, adding that option that you can buy and sell products as opposed to having your monthly IA go through, is that it brings your overhead to 0. It brings your overhead to 0. All you have to do, go out to sell products or when you need products for yourself or as a gifting, whatever, you know, when you buy products or when you sell products to a retail customer, that automatically qualifies you, and your credit card will not go through that money. It all happens by the software automatically. So a whole bunch of you, and I mean dozens of people who are afraid maybe for the CV, accumulated CV, to be flushed, they noticed their credit card wasn't charged. So they call the customer service department saying, in a panic, listen, my credit card is good. I'm not sure why you didn't charge for my IA. Or a few people who said, look, I was counting on my IA credits because I want to shop, but I noticed it's not there. And they were surprised in a nice way to know that, well, they didn't have to, because what they bought and sold, especially the home party people, it automatically qualified them for commissions, and the credit card didn't have to be charged for IA credits. So this is the beautiful part. You gotta understand, retailers, they can be on IA, but it's not going to count to activate your center. As with Selenium or above, they have to a minimum 75. So the 35, although it's there and it would preserve your CV, so you won't get flushed, you preserve your CV, you accumulate CV, and it does qualify for some commissions at a lower level, but that's not going to be enough to activate your center. To activate your center, you need to be a Selenium, and you need to be at minimum 75 PV, and PV standing for personal volume. All right. So the reason why I want to teach that is because I guess it's it's a good thing, but we need to be aware of it. It's not good when you find out late. When sometimes your business grows faster than you, okay? It shouldn't happen. You should be in forefront of your business. You should be all over your business. But okay, sometimes your business grows faster than you, and what happens is that you don't have these numbers. Let's just say you only got 2 people in, you got 4 people in, and your business is growing much faster than you are, and all of a sudden you got a bigger commission check this week, and the commission, and what the software does, checks to make sure that you're meeting your first generation lifetime milestones. And if you don't, what happens, it pays you at the level that you qualify for. We call that cycle overage. This is when, for example, you got $2,000 commissions achieved, but you only have 8 people in, so software only pays you $1,000 because that's what you qualified for. So you have enough volume, your team is growing faster than you, your team is generating the volume, but you yourself have not. So you want to make sure you're aware of that and you stay with your team. So you need to know this, that and be able, you need to know your GWT business well and be able to keep up with its growth. Now other companies, what they will do, they maximize you by maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 levels, because that's what the unit level is all about. Unit level, matrix, breakaway. Nobody pays you to infinity, right? Nobody does. They always pay 5, 6 levels. Or in binaries, now the new scheme that's going on is that they pay you only on what they call a pay leg, which is your small leg, right? Now we pay you, the only company we call the infinity plan, right? We pay you on both legs to infinity. So it's more likely, if you're not really active, it's more likely here in GWT that you run into a cycle overage than anywhere else. Why? Because we pay you to infinity. We don't call out your volume. We actually give you access to your entire organization right to the end. So then that means now you got to learn this chart, make sure you stay on top of it. Now for most people, if you're just doing this part-time, which most people are, if you're just active, doing something, you have no problem keeping up. Where you run into a problem is that, well, rarely because you got lucky, you got a bunch of people, you got a couple of people in who become superstars, again, great problem to have, right? And then took off on you. Then you have to try to keep up, right? Catch up, and eventually you'll catch up. But most likely what happened was you came in, then you kind of got consumed by life, but your people kept on working slowly. Then all of a sudden your people get some traction, boom, it explodes for you. Again, great problem to have. But now you find yourself, though, in what's called a cycle overage, which means now, say, for example, you qualify for $4,000 this week. That means you need to have 24 personals Again, this is a lifetime. This is not per year, per month. It's a lifetime, right? So it could be 6 years, but that's just lifetime. And all of us, to say you're sitting at 16, well, you get capped at 2,000, and the other 2,000, because it's called overage. You will not get that. Obviously, the ones you don't get helps the binary cap. That's another thing that we're going to talk about another day, which is, again, helps everybody as well. So it's important. Why do we do this? Well, if you're working your business really, really hard, and somebody who doesn't, well, there's going to be a difference between you and that person. If somebody come in and do barely anything, and somebody comes in and do a little bit, somebody does it, 4, 5, 10, 8 hours at part-time, somebody doing part-time serious, somebody's doing full-time, all of a sudden, there's got to be a difference between the person who launches 50 emails than the person who launches 8 emails, or 16 emails, or worse, 2 emails. Believe it or not, we have, because our plan pays to infinity, and it's a very innocent plan, we have people who legitimately sponsored 2 people, and they were pulling in $2,000 or $3,000 a week. And in order for them to do that, they were putting in some other fake accounts in, and we have people, it's not one case, it's more than that. So now that hurts everybody, because the pool is designed that for people to contribute and benefit from. It's not designed to come in, game the system, and just to take away without contributing. So of course we have a compliance, so it's a few cases we're dealing with it, but I just want to make sure you understand, when you get a cycle overage, and it's happened actually, we had this call maybe 2 or 3 times last month. So the good news is that your business is growing much faster than you. I mean, that's what you want. You want a team to keep on growing, because what you don't want is a team that's not moving, you're not doing anything, right? So if your team is growing really fast, then why aren't you? Then why aren't you, right? You need to work with your team. You need to be there. If you're there doing what you're supposed to do, which is enroll as responsibility, right? If you're doing that, you know what's going on in your team. You'll never go through a cycle overage. But if you're not doing that, if you're neglecting your team, if you're kind of gaming the system, if you're kind of juicing your business without contributing, remember, we're a team, right? We're a team. We have access to tons and tons of privileges. This is what you get here, folks. You don't get in a job, right? You don't get this leverage. You don't get to make all this money on other people's efforts, right? You have lots of privileges here. So protect those privileges. Add to it. Put fuel on it. You can't sit back and say, okay, oh, great, my team are working, so I'm just going to juice it. That's not right. It's not fair. You go and get to do that outside in a job. You certainly, if you have this opportunity, you're fortunate enough to have this opportunity to be able to run into a cycle overage situation. That means your team is growing faster than you. So keep up. Of course, by keeping up, you're supporting everybody, your team grows even faster, and you are making a ton of money. And this is the type of culture we want, where everybody contributes. All right? So again, before we move on to the next slide, just to recap again, this is what's called your milestones, right? It determines your weekly income, right? We have people in all those categories, and you know who they are. But you got to make sure you understand that if your year goes by, for example, and this happens all the time, again, it only can happen in this company, because the business usually grows so fast that it goes faster than the operator sometimes, that somebody says, hey, I got volume, I didn't get paid, how come? Well, let's take a look. And it's always the same thing. They brought maybe 2 or 3 people, and one in one leg, they had maybe only one leg, and that one never got a phone call from them, they never got it supported, and that one that they brought in actually decided not to renew. Now all of a sudden they have only one side qualified and not the other side. The good news is that we don't flush volume. The minute they sponsor somebody in the other leg, all of the accumulated volume they get paid on. But the point is this: you got to understand, stay on top of your game. You need to know your GWT business and keep up with the growth. And of course, not just to know it, but also to teach it. So it has to be Selenium or above. They have to be active. That means they're renewed. and they have to be on $75 in PV, personal volume, which this month 200 plus people achieved their 150s and 75s just on retail sales and personal purchases. Those are cash purchases. So the credit card wasn't even charged to buy IA credits. So there's so many ways for you to stay on top of your game, including now it costs you nothing. You have zero overhead to even qualify for your check, because all you got to do is sell some products, or when you need products, go to your own mall, or whether gifting or whatever, go to your own mall first before you go somewhere else. The cycle overage we talked about is when your business grows faster than you. That means you want to stay on top of your game to make sure you don't run into a cycle overage. We get this, maybe this happens maybe, I don't know, once every couple of months. Somebody says, hey, look, you know what, I had more volume than I got paid for. Of course, that comes down to the milestone. And sometimes they don't even know about this. And uplines, I'm talking to you. Why don't they know about this, right? You want to make sure. Now, this is going to change now because we're going to implement this chart in the tour. Again, that new person is going to look at this, is going to say, my God, you know, I don't know a million people, but I know maybe 5, 6, 10 people. And for that, I can make $52,000 a year. That's more than I'm making my job. You see, the difference between saying a yes or a no at the tour is that, can I do this? When people look at the business, they look at two things. Number one, what's the business? Number two, how you do the business. And how you do the business tells them if they can do this, right? So this thing, hey, I know 2 people. I can use an extra $26,000 this year added to my income. And boom, that becomes a yes, right? They go and they launch right away, because they, now all of a sudden, if they're not overwhelmed by the people in the room who are making millions, and they're saying to themselves, you know, I'm not like him, or I'm not like her, but I know I can bring 8 people this year. Even if it takes me a year to do that, I can 8 good people and I'll support them. I'm gonna make $52,000, put it in my jeans. That's more than what I make in my job. So this is a great selling point for GWT. Again, the reason why this happens in other companies, 2 people get you nothing. You know why? Because usually at the lower levels, you get cut off in 2, 3, 4 levels. You don't even, I mean, at the higher levels, in other companies, unit levels and Matrix and all those guys, you only get paid 8, 10 levels anyways, right? 6, 8, 7, 8. You always get cut off at those levels anyways, let alone in the beginning. In the beginning with other companies, the only way really to make money is not residual income at all. It's what you sell, fast start bonuses, those type of things. Here, we allow you to even get paid to infinity. Infinity. You have access to the entire thing, right? So to be able to build up the check to a point of your milestone. So if your milestone happens to be at 500 a week, well, that's where you are. If your milestone happens at 1,000, that's what you are. But even at 2, we don't say if you got 2 people in, oh, you only get paid 3 levels. We don't do that like other companies do. We say if you got 2 people in, you still have access to your entire organization. However, you know, so that helps you to get your income to minimum of $26,000 this year, right? However, you realize very quickly that, hey, if I keep on adding here and there, remember, these are lifetime. This is not per month. It's not per year. There's a lifetime. If I keep on adding 1, 2 here, 1, 2 there, eventually I can increase my milestone from $26,000 a year to $52,000 a year to $104,000 a year, all the way up. So again, it's a tremendous selling point for those new people, and it's going to be part of the next tour. All right. By the way, this updated milestone is going to be effective May 1st. So some of you leaders, make sure you go to your back office. Make sure that you are in check. Don't call us and say, oh, you know what, I didn't know this. Make sure that your job is to get the information and you pass it on, right? So make sure you get the information, pass it on to your team, and make sure everybody. So we record these calls. You can take the link the very next day, have a little Zoom call between you and your team, play the call, and then discuss it. This is how you get the information and you pass it on. All right. So just so to reiterate what we're talking about, you basically have to go ahead. You say you're a diamond. See on the left team, it says Palladium, Gold, and Diamond. They're doing 75, 75, 150 worth of PV. That means they bought and sold products, or the backup IA credits were charged on the credit card. They bought IA credits, basically. All of those guys are qualifying you. The one on the right, it doesn't matter where they're at. Whether it's a Palladium on 35, Retail on 35, or Diamond on 35, those do not qualify you towards bonuses and incentives. All right, so it qualifies you to send part of the bonuses, but not on everything. I want to make sure you understand. For example, if you're going for a car program, right, you know you're going to have 10 personally enrolled, and if you get 10 diamonds on 35, that doesn't count, right? You want to make sure that people are buying and selling minimum of $75 per month, right? Well, obviously, the diamond, it should be at 150. So, but 35s, basically what 35 does, like I said, it's a new thing. You know, but maybe this was implemented, maybe it will last a year or two. The first 9 or 10 years in our company, we had no 35s. Even today, the leadership, your leaders are asking me to eliminate the 35. To go back to minimum was 75 and then was 150, that we only had 2, 75, 150. I like to keep it there for one reason. If you're busy, at least being on the 35 keeps you on the product, and it preserves your CV, accumulated CV. Now the argument is, well, if it's not on 35, then people stay on 75. And it's true for some people. You know, so I haven't made my mind, but it's in the system right now that you can actually preserve your entire commissionable volume with 35. I'm committed to that. But you have to understand that that's not going to count for you if you're trying to go for the car program or some of the other incentives. They got to be minimum Palladium, and they have to minimum have $75. Again, what is a PV? I want you to write this down. I want you to practice it. I want you to teach it, because we're not the company of the past where, oh, okay, I'm in and my credit card's going to go and my IA is going to be charged. We're not that company anymore. I want you to look at the next person next to you. If there's nobody next to you, make an imaginary person next to you and tell that person, we're not an IA company anymore. We're no longer a monthly IA payment company. Because what we do, we manufacture, design products. We sell products. So what the PV is that you purchase products when you need it for yourself, for your family, for your children, for your gifting needs, plus, plus anything you sell to all your customers, VIP clients, the retail customers that you sell. And if you don't have enough between retail and buying products, then your monthly IA credits, that gets kicked in as it's been for the last 10 years. The monthly IA kicks in. Basically what you're doing, you're buying more credits in order to buy the products that you need. So that's what PV is. The products you buy for yourself, the products that you sell to retail customers, and your monthly IA credits that you buy if you don't have enough to meet your monthly requirements. So, but of course, this is why over 200 people last month. It's a new program. Already 200 plus people, actually this month, last month was 183, this month already qualified for the monthly 150s and 75s. The cool part about that is now people who qualify because they sold product, they still wanted to shop. So now they have to go and buy IA credits so they can shop for themselves because they were looking to buy that partial, whatever. So it increases your CV in your organization as well. It also, the main thing it does, by allowing people to buy and sell products, is that it brings your monthly overhead to zero. Because like the 200 people, their credit card wasn't charged for IA this month, or they will not be charged, because they sold enough product that it met their monthly requirement. So again, it's becoming a much more friendlier company, and we're looking at it from the grassroots. How can we build from the ground up? Which is the retail customers and we move ourselves up. The retail customers to become VIPs, and VIPs become affiliates. Affiliates become email operators, and so forth. So again, it flows in beautifully. All right. So the next thing is our flex plan. Again, this is something is in our compensation plan sheet. It is on. We have videos of this on our YouTube channel in the back office. It's actually on your USB key, I believe so as well. Your offline should be teaching you this anyways. Now, while other companies, they say you have to meet certain requirements for you to get their commission, especially binaries, we have this thing called the flex plan where you can get paid along the way. See, no one else does that. Other companies would say, well, by the way, we were the same as well. You need to reach 6250. When you reach 6250, then as long as you got 2,084 in each leg, you get paid $500. So we had a whole bunch of people who had one side fully stacked up. They had a little bit on the other side, but you know, it took a long time for them to actually be able to monetize that. So a couple of years ago, we came with this thing called a flex plan. So let's assume how that works is a week goes by or a month goes by, and you don't have to say week because we get paid weekly. A week goes by, say you don't have the 6250, but you have say 5,000. And also now you don't have to wait till it gets to 6250. You can get paid. It's a little bit lower level percentage, but now you can get paid right now at $350. So if you don't need the 5,000 at 4,000, you still can cash out at 260. The percent is a little bit less. It's not the same as 500, but you get paid now. And 3,000 you get paid. 2,000, even at $500 you can get paid. Folks, we've taken our lowest level. Although this is a lower than would be over here, we've taken our lowest level and we still pay a higher percentage than other companies. At our lowest level, we pay more in percentage than the highest level of other companies. But at least it's here, and I know that most companies now, their cycles are not that big. They're $20 cycles or $50 cycles. It's just that with us, we have a $500 cycle, so people don't see much of everything else. But if you take a look at other companies, you find they don't have 500 cycles anyways. They usually got cycles in that area, maybe $100 area. That's where it's at. So in any event, it's a flex plan. Now, I am going to tell you that this plan will change in a few months as the Phase 7 compensation plan, as we implement it in the system, and the LCG, your leadership, they know already the direction we're going. They can't tell you, so don't even try it. But we're going to some amazing places. So, but this is what a flex plan is. So if you cash out quickly, you did last week, now you know why. As soon as one of these levels are achieved, all of a sudden, boom, you get paid immediately. You don't have to wait till you get. Now I know in other countries this is a big deal. They like that. Although maybe Canada, maybe US. Okay, we can wait till we hit this level. But I can tell you in Asia, in the Caribbean, in parts of Africa, I can tell you in parts of the Middle East, you know what, $50 and $100 is too much. It's a lot of money. So the fact that we have this option is tremendous for them. But before, we didn't have any of these options. You had to wait till you get to here, till you had this perfect match before they got paid. But now there's so much more ways. Literally, there's thousands of combinations of making money weekly with the flex plan. So now you know how that works. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, quickly touched on this enroller's responsibility rule. We've been, time to time receive letters saying that people who are saying that their upline are not helping at all. We do have a rule, which is not really our rule. It's a government rule. The government calls it the supervisory rule. We call it the enroller's responsibility rule, which is, and then let me tell you where this is. What the government doesn't want is people go out there and become salespeople. Get you to join and invest into a business that they talk so highly of. You invest your money. Next thing you know, they made a big upstart bonus, especially with other companies. The residual income with other programs is not that strong. A lot of your money is a fast start bonus. This is why people, they go out to recruit a lot of people, and then, you know, a year, 2 years down the road, they're still broke because they don't have a residual aspect. So what happens, salespeople would get into MLM, they go out to sell these packages, the upstart packages, as if it's, you know, it's a one-time sale, right? Then they get a wholesale profit, and then they never help the person that person that invested into that business to make money. So the government says, look, if you're not going to help your people, the company cannot pay you commissions, period. What they wanted to do is make sure that if you're going to join an MLM business, you're damn serious about it, and you know your business, and when you bring people in, you work with them, you help them, and you stay with them. So people won't lose a lot of money, because people get excited because most people in MLM are great at presenting the business, but they're horrible at training how to do it. So the government says, we got this supervisor role. You got to supervise your people, make sure that you're available to teach. If you're going to bring them in, teach them how to do the business. Now, other companies, they always have this one pit bull, and I mean, you can talk to some of your uplines, you know, there's always a guy who's terminating people. You know, this happens all the time with other companies. It just hasn't happened with us. But we're starting to get more serious because we want to make sure that no member is left behind, no LC is left behind. Our people call all the time. You know, you've probably got calls from our people who said, look, you know, when it comes down to renewal, when it comes down to monthly IA, and many of you talk to our customer service, and you know they're the most helpful people in the world. And, you know, our people, the number one reason why somebody would want to get off IA is because they say, well, the upline wasn't doing anything, or the upline quit, or the upline's not responding to them. Believe it or not, we got people made a ton of money on their team, and they would block them on Facebook. They don't, not only they don't want to support them, they block them on Facebook. In other words, taking advantage of their team. We don't want that to happen. Again, this happens in MLM a lot. It's not big news for GWT because it's rare here, but we're going to be a very, very big company. We're going to be a very large company. Our momentum is going to be massive over the next decade. So we want to make sure we establish the culture of no LC left behind. If you get paid from your team, then you have a responsibility to make sure you support them. If you don't, then we can do things. For example, if you've got people in your inside leg and you're not supporting them, all you do is collect checks, we have the right to move them from your inside leg and put them on your outside leg where they can get supported from the upline. Because when you get somebody inside leg, the upline can't put people underneath them. Our software only allows to build on the outside legs. So again, they're still going to be in your team, but now they can be supported from people above. We want to make sure that we look after the interests of you, and your uplines need to make sure that they're there to help you. Now, the threshold of that is pretty high, and we're not there to. So don't, you know, don't think you can make it a complaint. And that's no. The threshold of taking action like that is extremely high. They have to do extreme negligence for that to happen. But we want to make sure that we're listening to both sides now, which is the distributor and the upline. Now, go to GWT Policy and Procedures, a small little section, read about it. Teach the stuff too, because it starts the culture properly in your whole team. Say, look, you bring people in, we're responsible for them. They're like our extended kids, right? We bring them in, they're new. They believed in us. We told them, this is the way to go. We told them the night that we're going to launch that I'll be there for you. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to be shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand. We're going to go to everybody you know. I'll help you, and we're going to build you a business, right? That's what we said. On the tour night, that's what we said. We didn't say, oh, by the way, before you launch your email under me, let me tell you, I'm not available after 8 o'clock. I'm not available on weekends. I'll take extended vacations for 3 months. I won't respond to you maybe you know, every week at a time. If I decide to, I don't respond to you. And if I'm upset you, I'm gonna block you. You never said those things the night they wanted to join your team, did you? So you said you come in thick or thin. It's like a relationship, for better or for worse. We're partners now. I work with you, and we're going to build an empire for both of us. So the minute you're in the system, It doesn't take you away from the promise. It doesn't relieve you of that promise. You still like him or not, you're supposed to be there to support them. So that's what we want to make sure, that the culture is there, that if someone feels that they're not getting supported, call the upline, keep going up, find uplines that are willing to help you. And if we see there is neglect, that someone's making money on you and they're not doing anything for you, they're not even responding to you, then there is remedy for you from the policy point of view. So no LLC left behind. We already have the best company in the world, and we're going to make sure, and let me tell you why we do this, by the way. Obviously, people that join GWT, they come from other companies, and sometimes some people, not everybody, sometimes some people come with bad baggage. They bring the baggage from other companies into GWT, and they start instilling that within the organization, because some people, amateurs, I'm sorry, idiots, I gotta say it that way, they think they can come into a company and juice it quickly and take off. They think this is what MLM is all about, because that's all they've done all their life. Well, they're still broke, right? They don't get it. But we don't want those type of influences in our business. So we want to make sure that we're very strict. Now we have a compliance department to make sure that we take care of every single operator. So again, no LC left behind, no operator left behind, no customer left behind, no VIP left behind, no affiliate left behind. We're there to build as a team, and we hold people responsible. All right, next. All right, I just talked about this already, that the rules are already there, and we're going to be, so if you get a call from Big Mike, he's got a couple of names now, Big Mike, Small Mike, whatever, if you get a call from him, now lucky for you, he actually makes the phone call, because if you talk to your uplines, if they've been in MLM a long time, they're very grateful. They don't like to get the call, but they're very grateful for that, because other companies just send a termination letter, because it makes sense to get rid of the top earners of the company and save all the money. That's not what we do in GWT. But if you are neglecting your team, if you get a call from Big Mike, he's there to give you a friendly reminder that there are some children in your team. Don't take the offense to the children, meaning people you brought in. It was an extension of you that are being neglected. So we want to make sure that you get back on the horse and get things going. So GWT will enforce Enroll's responsibility rule to ensure that all upline partners remain active in supporting their teams. Again, go to policies and procedures. And by the way, the policy and procedure, you should be on this at least every 6 months. Make sure you read it just in case there's a change or whatever. Now, it rarely changes, but it doesn't matter. Just to remind yourself what the policies are. Just make sure it's good. It's good practice to go over it and get your people, maybe meet with your people and then review it together. It's a good practice to do that. All right, some exciting stuff. Phase 7 compensation plan upgrades. All right, here's some of the things that your upline, the LCG, knows about. I won't get so much into it, and we're going to implement this as we go. Most of it is going to be implemented in the new software, which I was told last night. It's going to be about 4 to 5 weeks, hopefully. We'll see. All right. Where we're going against all about customer acquisition moving forward from now on. So we're going to put additional discounts on emails reaching 150 and 250 monthly PV. Look, let's face it, folks. You're all shopping. Let's say it again. You're all shopping. Let's say it again. You're all shopping. You're all gifting. You're all gifting. You're all gifting. But many of you don't actually do it from your own mall. And I don't understand that. You're all going buying stuff for your team, for your family, for kids, for your spouse. Yet you go outside to the store, buy something, and you don't buy for your. I don't understand that. And another point of that is everybody you know, friends, family, associates, coworkers, all of them are buying and shopping and gifting. They're just not buying it from you. They're buying from people they don't even know. But they get no customer service. Well, you have A+ service here. So we want to make sure we go enhance that. I want you to go your mall first. When you do that, that duplicates your team, and boom, your CV goes up, and people become proud of the product. As well as we want to make sure that people start selling. How do you push up your PV? You start selling more. Start focusing on selling more. So we're going to have additional product discounts that for the people who are at the 150 bare minimum PV. Remember, you can accumulate the 150. Number one way you accumulate is you sell retail products. Number two way you accumulate is you purchase products for yourself, gifting, whatever. And or as a last, you buy IA credits. That's when the credit card gets charged monthly, gives you IA credits to be able to shop and buy products to use and sell. So the people who do 150 a month, as long as you keep doing this, you're going to get additional discounts on the product. Imagine if you bought a watch for $1,000 and you're going to even extra, 5% of that or 10% of that. You just saved it, $100. So when you do your shopping, some of you guys shop like $4,000 or $5,000. That's like $400 or $500 in extra savings just because you stayed at the 150 plan. You met your 150 minimum. Now again, the 150 could be products you sell every month. So as long as you're selling $150 a month minimum, you get additional discounts. We're going to release that. If you're at $250 a month, especially with the flawless right now, because you get to 150, we got a product kit that's called Devotion. It's a 150. It's $150. It's 3 products on flawless. You stay on that, you get additional discounts on everything else. Now, some verticals like optical and shoes may be outside because we don't have any profitability. There's very low profitability doing those products. But when we say additional discounts, we're not just talking about flawless. We're talking your fashion house as well. So you got extra discount on thousands of products just because you're buying and selling at 150 minimum or 250 minimum. So you get bigger discount at 250. If you maintain 250 PV every single month, you're going to get additional discount, and that discount, it could be massive, not only for you to save money on what you need for your gifting, also that gets you a lot more profits when you sell, because the discount level now is more than a regular diamond level. So again, more details when we release this, but I'm telling you where we're going. It's all about customer acquisition, selling more product, going to your own mall, as opposed to by force of habits, drive to a mall. Go and surf to your own mall online. So that's first thing. Second, monthly performance pool. We have some exciting pool starting from a retailer where you come into GWT, you launch your mall that week or that month, you can tap into this extra pool of cash available for you up front. Hit the ground running, put cash in your jeans outside the compensation plan. So we got this pool because we do have people that come in and they hit the ground running. They go launch 10 or 15 or 5 or 6 or 4 or 3 other emails right away. So we understand that it takes time to build your binary commissions, obviously. We have some tremendous wholesale profits already. Aside from all of that, we're going to give you this opportunity. You come in, you hit the ground running, and boom, outside the wholesale profit, outside the retail profit, you got this cash up front that week because now you got to work right away. So it's what we want to do, change the culture of, I think a lot of people, I've never seen this in my 27 years. With other companies, people get into other companies not because they really like their company. Somebody told me you can make money. Maybe they got excited about the product or something. They kind of launch, and they know in order to anything to happen, they really got to get to work, right? So they start to get to work because they're not like satisfied the fact that they have a business. In GWT is kind of strange. It's different. I meet a lot of people who say, I launched my mall, I'm a diamond or whatever I am. My credit card is in for my to buy IA credits, and they're happy with that. It's as if I'm just happy to be here. Look, it's wonderful for you to be here. It's awesome. It's better than other companies. But we want to make sure for the people, if that's the culture, the people who are coming in become part of that culture, that who want to get more. So we want to change the culture. That you come in today, you launch your email today. If you do X, Y, and Z this week, outside the wholesale profit and the retail profit, you're going to have access to this cash, a pool of cash. that you can take and put it towards your home and life, whatever, your business. So we have this really cool monthly performance pool that's going to be released in a new software. We have this great GWT Trainers Academy. It's a 5-tier qualified trainer bonuses. Now you get paid in bonuses, either in products or even cash, by become a certified GWT trainer. Now, how cool is that? You should be doing that anyways, right? You should be doing it anyways. But now we're going to have this very elite group of people. They come in. There's tier number 1, and then 2, and then 3. Go higher and higher. You got to go through tests, and all of a sudden you could become number 5, which we call a forensic trainer, where you can actually train forensic, not just for GWT. If you're part of that, once I do my seminars for anybody else, you might be the one paid to go and to do part of that, or my next forensic networker seminar, you may take part in that. So again, this is a really exciting thing. I know the leadership absolutely is jazzed about, excited about to get launched, and it's going to be a full program again where everyone can get in. And as you get to, when you graduate, get certified at level number 1, because tier, but it's level number 1, it's a 5 level, then you can go to level number 2. What it does is that it's easy to identify if you got some teams that they don't have qualified trainers. We know right away now, don't we? Right? Because right now we can't do this blindly. We don't know the group in Norway or a group in Dubai or a group in Abuja. We don't know if they got qualified trainers, but now we'll know based on this. And the best part is they get actually rewarded with products, even with cash, for being certified trainers. All right, the next one we're going, right now we have a 3-tier car program. Of course, the most exciting one is the CDSC car program, which is a 500, where the 3 tiers becoming 4-tier. We had the poster is already out, I believe. So we're gonna have, we got your entry-level car program, and we have this is a 500 level, and then we have the executive program, which is like 1,000 level. Starts as an RA, and then we have a luxury program at 1,500 level, which is at NA, and then we have the exotic program at $3,000 level, which is at the GA. No other company has that, and so we're eliminating the 18-month prepaid, because that makes qualifying for those higher levels more difficult. Obviously, in order to pay for car for 18 months as a company, we have to make sure we pay for it first, right? We got to get the revenues. By removing the prepaid 18 months and make every car program like the way we have it right now with the CDSC, that means you can move up to RA much faster. You can move up to NA much faster. You can move up to GA much faster and tap into all those other bonuses that comes with being an RA and NA and so forth. So again, the car program, and we're adding one more, become really, really exciting. We have a website, GWT Car Club. It's part of our website. You can go there and you see the information there. Really excited about this because the current NAs that we have right now, the cars that they have, well, to re-qualify, see, they couldn't qualify for the CDSC. So now you're going to be able to re-qualify for their luxury car program. All right, enhanced PDV and TB. I've reworked this to make sure that the people who are out there personally expanding, personally launching, they're going to make more money. So we've reworked this a little bit. We're going to be announcing that. And we're going to come with aggressive promotions, massively increase retail sales, like an auto-order discount. So what's going to happen, the new stuff is really cool, because when your customers go to your website, it's a internet marketer's dream now, because they go there, they go to buy, say, the Flawless Quad 4, for example. It upsells them with similar products. It takes them to series of upsells, including if they go in the auto order for that product. Remember, these are your customers now. These are retail customers. These are not your operators, right? These are retail customers or VIP customers. So they go through series of upsells, including auto order. So when the retail customers, they click on, yes, sending me, for example, they cleanse their, say, the Dream Lips every month. If they do that, they're going to get product discounts. So now they get a discount for being on the auto order. So now not only we have the operators on the auto order, now we have the customers on the auto order, and they get a discount. Of course, that makes your retail profit, instead of from one time, it makes it to every month. I want to make sure we generate more retail profits than commissions, because retail profits is instant and everybody can have it. So now it's kind of impossible to do that. I'm going to mean by more, mean by number of, because the minute the retail profit is generated, that means there was a sale, that automatically generates CV. Of course, the upline, it gets pushed for the whole tree. What I mean is that I literally want to see hundreds of thousands of retail profits being shipped out weekly. Then from that point of view, of course, that generates lots of CV, some massive checks for the upline. But I want to see more people making retail products than actually people who are already making commissions. So we're very, very serious about that. And the last thing I want to talk about is a revolutionary affiliate program. The CTO and that confirmed it's ready to go. So we're going to launch, you're going to know the next day or two. There's still some text. We want to make sure that the website is terrific for you. They can pass it out. You can go out there and get yourself 10 affiliates every day. It's going to become, like Uber. I want you to go out there, right? Say, hey, you guys want to make some money? Go out there, get 10 affiliates. Every time you want to go out to make some money, go get 10 affiliates, because it's free. There is a tremendous reward program for it. Free plus making money. That's a very easy formula, right? Of course, we got a tagline, making part-time income without part-time work. Now, we do have a video which we showed you at the convention. Some of you were not there. I'm going to play it now. Now, it may not work in your area because of it may freeze, but I'm going to play it anyways. It's only a 3-minute video. Imagine that. 3-minute video can get you hundreds, if not thousands, of affiliate programs. This particular video, I did it personally, but I think I want to get somebody professionally to do it. That's just, but now a 3-minute video can get you thousands of affiliates. And the affiliate program, once we launch it this week, next Sunday, we're going to do the PowerPoint. We're going to train you on it. If you don't know about it, it's going to knock your socks, your pants, your shirt, your jaws off. I mean, you can get 7 levels, massive, 57%, 47%, 37% of retail profits on the affiliate program. It's like a comp plan within a comp plan. That's why there was so much excitement about it. It's ready. The only thing is I have to write the text for the actual web page, which is already part of our software, and then you can hit the ground running. All right. So with that, what I'm going to do right now is affiliate program. I'm going to play it for you. So let's go to here. Here it is.
Hello. Have you ever thought about earning part-time income without part-time work? Of course you have. Everybody wants that. Well, today I'm going to show you just that, how to make part-time income without part-time work. And the best part is it requires no investment. Welcome to GWT's revolutionary affiliate program. First of all, let me share with you who is GWT Corp. GWT Corp is Canada's largest design and fashion house, established in 2005, with an A+ BBB business rating, serving clients in 160 plus countries. GWT Corp designs and markets 3 award-winning brands, Posh, Fairy, and Fairy Mosh. With scores of media and business accolades and awards, including Luxury Design of the Year, GWT Corp is the world's fastest growing design and fashion house. With hundreds of celebrity clients from Hollywood and around the globe, GWT is the go-to designer for Hollywood for the professional grade age-defying skincare, luxury goods, and jewelry and accessories. With 1,400 plus products starting from just $19, there is something for everyone. Now that you know who GWT Corp is, let me tell you about our revolutionary affiliate program where you can earn tons of free shopping and part-time income without part-time work. It's simple. Here's how it works. GWT distributes its world-class products through GWT emails. The GWT email operator that sends you this link will help you to start your very own free VIP account within seconds. Once you have your account, you're welcomed with a complimentary $100 gift certificate, which allows you to get $100 of free products when you spend $100. So spend 100, and the next 100 of shopping is on us. No other mall or designer does that. But it gets even better. You also get 4% shopping credits when your referrals make purchases. No one does that. On Mother's Day alone, $27 billion is spent on jewelry, and annually, $1.4 trillion is spent in fashion and accessories, which of course includes you and everyone you know. But when you or people you know shop, no rewards are paid out from those stores. But with GWT email, both shopper and the person who referred them are rewarded on every purchase with free shopping credits. Excited? We're not done yet. The whole purpose of this video is to show you how to make part-time income without part-time work. Everybody wants that. So here's how it works. As you accumulate shopping credits on your purchases or your referral purchases, you can either shop for your favorite products for free, or you can redeem them for cash at 25% ratio. So if you accumulate $1,000 in shopping credits, you can either shop for $1,000 or you can redeem it for $250 in cash. So the more people you refer to your GWT email operator, the more cash you can make. So that's it. I've just showed you how to make part-time income without part-time work. All you have to do is to go to your GWT email operator for all your shopping and gifting needs and direct everyone you know to do the same. You will love the GWT products and enjoy the cash rewards that comes with it. Thank you for watching. Click on the link and launch your VIP account right now and start accumulating your GWT shopping credits.
So the pretty cool part about this is, once they watch this, they can go launch the VIP account, or they can watch our show. So as you can see, now the YouTube is set up that they can actually go watch the VIP account right now, right there, become an affiliate program, or they can, if you want to know more information, find out about the product, right from YouTube, they can actually click and just text them to that next video. Well, with that, I think this is what we wanted to talk about here tonight, Brian. I don't know if there's any questions or not, but what we want to do is give people a chance. I know we've been a little bit late, and yeah, if there's any questions, we're here to answer them.
Well, Ramin, you know what? I am absolutely. Well, Ramin, you know what? I am actually just off my chair excited. Especially with the affiliate program, obviously the rewards for the trainers. I think some phenomenal additions to our amazing compensation plan. And yes, we do have a number of comments and a number of questions. I have Tony Walker here saying, thanks, Ramin. We're in our back office. Should we see the indication that we are IA qualified due to the product purchases? I know, Tony, that basically I can actually answer that. Tony, when you go to your back office, it's under basically financial, my financial info. There's a section that says PVIA qualification. You can just click on the PVIA qualification link, and that'll actually take you to where you're going to see your accumulation of PV for that particular month and tell you whether you're qualified or not. So once again, in your back office, you're going to click under My Financial Info, then click on PVIA qualification, and that'll take you to the link in your back office where you can see, whether or not you've qualified for your monthly PV. The next question, Ramin, comes from Rod Pampling. Now, this question, he says, so is the PV qualification similar or the same as a rank? That was his question.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
He said, is the PV qualification similar or the same as a rank?
I don't understand the question. If he means the PV qualification for retail, let's say 35, 75, 150, if that's what he means, yeah, you match your rank. Exactly. If you're at 70, if that's the question, I'm not sure if that's the question. If it means that if you're 75, you have to do about $150 worth of retail products, right? If you're at 150, you got to do $300 worth of retail products. So yeah, If that's what the question is, I don't think I understand it well. See if that's what the question is.
Well, yeah, if he's still on, you can sort of I guess post it to make sure that we're on the right track in terms of what he's asking. A number of people saying right on, Ramin, just very, very excited. You know, again, someone here, Jessica Vine said it's time to create massive volume. Yes, Jessica, it's time to, you know, start producing some volume and getting some amazing benefits from that. Mr. Mesgarlou has a question. He says, thanks for the amazing training, Ramin. Just to clarify, diamonds, golds, and palladiums count towards the milestone on $35 a month. He thought the minimum was $75.
Sorry, what was the question again?
I think he was asking. He's saying that I guess he misunderstood, or he thought that he said, just to clarify, diamonds, golds, and palladiums count towards your milestones if they're on $35 a month. He said, I thought the minimum was $75, which I think you did say the minimum is $75.
35 only preserves your CV. That's all it does. You know, it was never part of the comp plan first 9 or 10 years anyways. So 35 does not count. Doesn't matter. In fact, even on the chart, in one side, you had palladium, gold, and diamond at 75, 150. It was good. And the other side, we had a diamond and a palladium and a gold at 35. It said not qualified. It doesn't count.
Yep. So the next question is, or Judy Naylor just said raw and real. Thank you, Ramin. So everyone likes your direct.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And then Reza Mesgarlou says, wow, what a webinar. Love everything I'm hearing tonight, even though some had been in place for years, but it's going to get enforced properly now. So I guess just a lot of things that are in the PMP. We're going to be looking at that and really addressing some of those things. Kafina Ajibola, all the way from Nigeria. Hi, great training, clear information. Thank you very much, Mr. Mesgarlou.
Thank you for being up at 4 o'clock in the morning and listening to this. That's leadership. Kafina, our partner in Nigeria.
J.N. Richard says, wow. So just a one-word statement. Vernisha says, Ramin, your energy by itself is oozing and contagious. Perfect time to hit the reset button. Vernisha Charles Jones from the Caribbean. Maria Gaderi says, I love it. Ann Haynes says, how do I get the video you just played?
Well, we have to update that. First of all, I don't like myself on it. That's number one. I only did that quickly because I wanted to do it for the convention, but we'll get somebody professional doing it. And there's one more thing that we got to change, the gift certificate part, because when we were at the RA trip, we got together in the presidential suite. We had an all-day meeting there the last day about how to get the affiliate program out because everyone is so excited about this. It's on team. Amazon.com got to where they are on the affiliate program. That's Amazon. So imagine, and they don't offer what we offer. So it's actually enhancement more than what you saw in the video. So we're going to update those and get a professional to do the video. And I'll tell you, that's like a comp plan within a comp plan. It's going to be insane. But you'll get it soon once you update it.
Wow, absolutely wow. Boris Golka says, Extreme Ramin, as usual, thank you very so much. Virulin says, this is the best business ever. Thank you, Ramin. Again, Karen Hardy, will existing VIP clients become part of the new affiliate program, and will VIP clients be able to upgrade to email operators?
Yeah, yes. Quick answer.
Okay, and Nando Mel says, wow, I'm floored. It's insane. Thank you so much, Ramin. And here, Tony Walker, thank you so much, Brian. That was to me. Robin Dervais, when are the new items coming out for the Posh line?
Well, that's an unassuming question. But, you know, I know that we always got development coming out, folks, but let's really focus on Flawless because that's going to be your go-to product. Wow, I'll tell you, it's only been 3 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks. And let me stop this for a minute, Brian. That just brought something in my mind. We launched, I guess, Flawless for 3 or 4 weeks now. Literally, we had hundreds of incredible testimonials. To a point that we're going to put together a web page with all these testimonials on it. And we expect when you sell thousands of products like we have, thousands, we expect that the percentage, just like everything else, a percentage will come back, people, they reacted or it didn't work for them or whatever. You know, we've only had a handful of that, only a handful. It's incredible. And it turns out, when we look at those handful, the few people that got reaction or people that said it didn't work, so far, by luck anyways, every single one of them, if they got a reaction, turns out it was something else they were using. It wasn't us. Or the ones that didn't work, they said didn't work. Was a couple of them. They used the product once or twice. They thought it's going to clean up their face with acne. But obviously, that's not what, it's not a magic wand. What it's designed to do is make your skin healthy. Look at me, I'm shiny and everything else. You guys know I've been on Flawless now for a while now. Brian, can you see me? Put my webcam on.
Yeah, we can see you. Like, you look fantastic.
But don't mind the mess on in my office. I'm actually at the office. We're getting a lot of stuff done. Point is that you gotta understand one thing. When we sell thousands of products out, and like, obviously no product is going to work for everybody. There are some people who are allergic to everything. Literally, they're allergic to oxygen. I mean, they live in a bubble. Literally, they live in a bubble. There are people allergic to everything. What we've done and what companies like us will do, we make the product just to be safe. The good companies, they send it to independent labs to go through a whole bunch of series of tests that an average person, it's set up for the average person, not for extreme cases. And ours came back with flying colors, no reaction, nothing, hypoallergenic, everything, right? It was just perfect, natural product. So we have all those certificates, and we did that for a reason, because if somebody gets a reaction, for example, and they try to say it's our product, or we have proof that it's not the product. So we've done to protect us and protect you as who sell these products. So we've done all the steps that we need to take. 4 different tests. We have all the certificates. It doesn't mean someone's not going to react. Somebody could be reacting. I know people literally can't eat orange. They can't eat an orange. And if they get orange, some people will die from it. Peanuts. Obviously, lots of people can have peanuts. Milk, right? So it doesn't make a product bad if somebody reacts to it. Some people react to anything. And that's fine. You know, so far we've been lucky. I thought we'll have, you know, a good person, 1 or 2% that would come back, and that's normal. We haven't. We had a handful of people, and we are very interested. Our scientists are very interested. They want to know, and we look at every single case. That's small enough that we could look at every single case. Not a single one of them actually had to do with the Flawless. We anticipate, but the point I'm making is this: and I want to get, I call it managing expectation. Don't get offended if somebody says it doesn't work. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't work. I use Flawless not because it's going to make me 10 years younger. I do look a bit younger, but anyway, but that's not why I do it. I just know, and the number one, the fastest growing cancer in the world is skin cancer. So that's why, you know, sunscreens are becoming more and more popular. And so I use that to protect myself from antioxidants, the water, you know, the sun, all of those things. You know, your skin is getting aged every single day, every day. You're not immune. Nobody's immune. We're aging every single day. I don't use this because of instant gratification, although we have some products that are doing great things, but that's not why I use it. I use it because I know if I don't use it, I'm going to keep on aging. So this is a, you know, age-defying anti-aging product that slows down the process of aging, and it gives you a much younger looking skin. So that's why I use it. And of course, you've seen, if you've been at all attached to our social media pages, you've seen tons of before and afters. That's just mind-boggling what it's doing. We put the best of the best of the best of the best of the best in this formulation. Is it like, is it going to be instant for everybody? No, it's not going to be instant for everybody. And I just want to manage expectation, that expect that some people will come and say, well, it didn't work for me. Now, I think it's impossible if we take these people, if these people stay on Flawless for 6 months, we take them to a lab, the same lab that tested our products, and we get them to look at the elasticity of their skin and all these other things before and after, guaranteed there's going to be a difference. Much better, big difference. They may not feel it's doing anything, but we know what it does. We know what it does. If they use it long enough, they're going to see a result. Whether they feel it or not, most people do. And that's all we can ask for. If somebody reacts, it could happen. It could happen. Don't get offended by that. And by the way, our scientists said it's simple. And this is a little training for you. I wanted Sanas to do this. And Sanas will do a training on this. If somebody's worried about getting a reaction, and because some people react to a lot of things and they know in advance, they're kind of worried about it. Or if somebody gets a reaction and they want to know if it's our product, and this comes from Tom himself, the scientist, it's simple. Just take some of the product that they were using, take out your forehand, it's soft there, just put a little bit there, and see what happens. If they break out, by the way, when people breaking out, that's not a reaction. They're detoxing for some reason. But if it gets red and itchy, that's when you know. They call this patch test. Actually, if somebody says, I'm worried about it, say, open your forearm, put a little bit on it, you'll know within minutes. Within a minute or two, they'll react to it. And it's not a bad thing, so it's not so bad. Just wash it off. But point I'm making is that they know. So if somebody says, I got a reaction, and we had one or two that said they had a reaction, it's, well, let's do the patch test. And they did it. They realized it wasn't flawless at all. One of them was using a detox product. That's what happened. It was actually a detox effect. It wasn't even anything but flawless. And the other person, they were using some type of medication, and they mixed flawless with something else. So point I'm making is, well, it doesn't matter. Let's assume they even do react. So what? People sometimes can't eat oranges or peanuts, right? But the way to know if they're reacting to our product, not based on what they're seeing, because they're using a whole bunch of stuff. Just take a little bit, put on the forearm, right here, the soft part, and within a minute or two, if it gets red and itchy, they're reacting to it. So if it doesn't, it's not flawless, so now you know.
Thank you so much, Ramin. Lots and lots of comments of people saying amazing, amazing webinar, which I expected. But I have a question here from Shauna Robinson. If email operators fluctuate on their proper CV, as I'm guessing she means, she says CV, will that affect their discount they would receive on their auto purchase of the skincare kits? But she says if they actually fluctuate on their proper CV.
I think she means PV.
Yep.
Well, your discount levels that you're at, that never changes. Like if you're a diamond, you get the 40% or whatever. We have some extra discounts over and above what you're at already. If you do the 150, you're going to get some extra stuff. See, in GWT, we like to, you do more, you get more. We're not like other companies with all this stuff that if you don't do, you lose. So you will get extra discounts over and above where you are if you do more. So we like people, because with the flawless now, even if you do the devotion, there's 3 products at 150, you still need some IA credits to buy everything else you need in your life, right? For your gifting and everything else. So 250 should be the average for the company. 150 the minimum. 250 should be the average for the company, especially if you're buying and selling products, right? Listen, guys, we can do a survey one time. I think we do a Zoom call on this one time with the entire company. Here's an exercise. Sit down for 10 minutes, talk to your spouse. How much money do we spend on gifts? How much I buy for you for your birthday, for the anniversary, for Mother's Day, for Christmas? You're going to find the average person spends $2,000 to $5,000 a year on gifting. We haven't even talked about personal needs. We all need shoes, watches, optical, whatever. So the difference is when it's come down to those gifting occasions, you put in your credit card, now you're in debt. What our A program allows you to do is break it down into 12 months. You don't have to after Christmas. The reason why businesses are dead in January and February, retail businesses, is because everyone's credit card comes in for the shopping they did for the Christmas time. Now they cut back in January, February, so retail is dead. So we allow people to break this down throughout the year so they don't have to have a big bill at the end of the year.
So lots and lots and lots and lots of thank you, Ramin. Great trainings coming in. Nora Bastian is asking, when can we expect the one?
Nora, I wanted to. Mine run out. I'm telling you, that thing. Anyway, let's stay on topic. Nora, stop it. Let's stay on topic.
So again,
right now.
Renee Liao is just saying how amazing it is to have the CEO of this amazing company who cares so much about his people, take time out of his busy schedule to be training. obviously being in the office on a Sunday, when most people are at home, most other CEOs are probably at home with their family, just shows, how committed you are to, again, the billion-dollar journey that we're on, and we want to say thanks for that. And Julia is saying how excited she is, and how everyone's talking about the affiliate program, how they're excited to have it launch and they're excited to bring it to the marketplace. But again, the excitement is just off the chain. Sean Singh says, awesome call, Ramin. Great updates. Can't wait for the affiliate program. The list goes on and on and on. So we would definitely.
Brian, let me share something here, folks. The affiliate program. I created this one day, and I honestly, I'm not just saying this. I credit some of these ideas to FOL, because part of the thing what it does scientifically, clinically tested how it works on the brain and DNA and those things, clarity, and I know I was flowing during convention time, overdosing on FOL. I love that product. But anyway, I keep on thinking about Amazon or eBay or these companies, Alibaba, all these companies, right? They become multi-billion-dollar companies, and the whole thing is on the affiliate program, the whole thing. Now look at Amazon, for example, the biggest one of them all, right? If you open up an Amazon store, first you have to have the product, then you have to ship it to Amazon, they'll warehouse it, and then they put it for sale, and then they send it out, and then you get paid. You don't have to do that with us. With us, we got the product, you got the affiliate program, we got the product, you sell, right? We ship, we drop ship. You don't even have to have the product to do all affiliate. Ours is, and we pay more than Amazon. So ours is much better and easier to do. If they could do that with Amazon or all these other companies, team, this affiliate program. And you don't even know the comp plan yet, and we'll do that next Sunday for you. But the point is this, it's a big deal. Go ahead, Brian.
I've got Tashevia Mokena. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Are we going to have flawless warehouses for easy distribution in other countries?
No, we don't need to. We don't need to. We ship it within 7 days. It's anywhere in the world, and we ship to everywhere in the world within 7 days. It's there. Most places 3 or 4 days. It's there. We don't need to. No, if we run into a situation that a country has a mandate, and like we had this massive business there that we feel like it's necessary, we will. The problem with that concept is that you can't just open up a warehouse, just have flawless. You can't, because then you have 2 services, and people will say, well, how come I can't get the other stuff, right? Now, I can't talk for the future. We don't know. Flawless changed our business completely anyways. We'll see how things go. But another thing why you say that is because there are companies, that's all they sell, skincare. And they only operate in 4 or 5 countries. So because they're only in 4 or 5 countries, they actually do not allow people outside those countries to actually order. They only sell in 4 or 5 countries. And with that, they open up a warehouse for those countries, and they only got a few products. But when we have 1,400 products, right, and we ship to 160 countries, we can't be thinking warehouses. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. And Garmy Barrett says, if someone was a member of GWT but didn't renew, and it's been a few years, can they join the affiliate program to make some money and then upgrade?
Oh, anyone can join the affiliate program, absolutely. But you know what? If you got some people who haven't renewed, have them call Michael. We got the greatest team over there, and they'll help them. We have a concept in office called find a way to say yes. We'll try. Sometimes people are unreasonable, but we'll try. So just have them call Michael, and we'll help them out.
Okay. And a couple of requests here saying, what do I need to do? Amarjeet Kaur, what do I need to do to bring the CEO to Singapore?
I love to go in Singapore. I haven't been there. You know what you need to do? Go ahead and get enough business going that you get your uplines. We've got this thing called the process of escalation. And I'm going to be, one of my next trainings is going to be about the upline, the My5, the upline pledge, what you should be expecting, and the process of escalation. So get enough business going that your uplines go in. Trust me, I'd love to come see you guys. I'm a soldier like you. I don't belong behind this. I want to be where you are. That's where I want to be. I have no choice being here. But let's get this thing going to a point that I can hire some Harvard guy to come over here, and I can get on the road. and be with you. I want to hang with you, you know. So go ahead, build a team. Your plan will be there, and then eventually, we've already done that for St. Lucia, we've done it for Nigeria, we've done it for St. Martin, we've done this for a few places now. I'll be more than happy for me to come. First and last woman comes from the corporate team, and that's myself.
Okay, we've got Katya McEwen saying, we always have to consider how long it took them to get even one wrinkle. It takes time to improve it. As long as we position it correctly and don't present it as an instant miracle, then I'm guessing she's saying it will be okay. So, I mean, other than that, just again, number of great training, Ramin. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Everyone's excited to, really attack the market with all of these new programs, incentives, and things that we've done to sort of really upgrade and enhance our compensation plan and bringing money to the field, so much faster. So I don't really see much more questions, Ramin. So, that's it on the question side. What I do want to do, if you don't have anything else to add, Ramin, I just want to share some actual announcements. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. So the first announcement that I want to make is on tomorrow night, which is Monday, May the 1st, we have our regular tax training, which is being conducted by none other than our youngest millionaire, Mr. Rene Liao. That's going to be held at GWT Corp, which is at our office, which is phenomenal because not only do people get a chance to hear about the amazing tax benefits, they also get to actually see our amazing showroom. So there's a double benefit there. Next, on Wednesday, May the 3rd, we have our regular Toronto tour, which is being conducted by Regional Ambassador Callie Jensen and Diplomat Courtney Carroll. Again, that's being held at the Hilton Toronto Markham Suites. Both of those actual events are also going to be broadcast live on webinar. So again, if you're at a distance, it's something that you can definitely plug into. On May 13th, we have a very special Toronto boot camp. And we have none other than our Executive Vice President, Mrs. Sanaz Human, and our CEO and visionary and founder, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. And so you're going to get a chance to meet these two amazing individuals live at the boot camp on May 13th, which is all of our events are do not miss events, but that's definitely an event that should be standing room only. And anyone who's really, really serious about their business and is anywhere near in driving distance, you've got to be here for that amazing event. This has been nothing less than an absolute amazing training. We want to thank our CEO and visionary, Ramin Mesgarlou, for again taking the time out of his busy schedule to address the field directly. And we want to thank all of you for taking your business serious enough to be on this call, especially if you're still here at 5 to 11. But it was my pleasure being the host of the month, LCG of the month, Brian Arundel, for being your host and for this monumental, honor to host none other than our CEO and visionary. But if there are no other questions, we're just going to wrap up the call for the night. We're going to wish everyone an amazing, amazing week as you go forward to further, build your legacy within this global wealth trade opportunity. I don't know, Ramin, if you have any closing comments before we close out the call.
Just get your flawless. Reza has a great training. For that, we're going to get him to do it. Get your systems, flawless systems, Totalis systems. Use and share and go change your life. Let's go. Let's go. It's a new GWT, new attitude, new training, new you. Let's go.
Well, nothing more to say. You've heard it right from the CEO's mouth. So this is Brian Arundel, ambassador. Signing out from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thanks to everyone for being on the call, and have yourself an amazing day and an amazing week, and go out there and get your market share of this amazing GWT opportunity. Thanks and good night, everyone.